I need your help. Did you notice that in all the Gremlins films there was only one female gremlin? Just one? That was me. There needs to be more. It's just not right. Please help us. Hey Beauts, day 3 of the Halloween series already. If you haven't watched the first 2, scoot back and watch them. You really should. They're epic. And subscribe while you're there as well. Right, go grab yourself a baby sham and get ready for the most glam gremlin of them all. So, the first thing to do is to block out your eyebrows, as you see me doing here with a glue stick. Next, take a lip liner and mark out the Greta features. Make sure you have a photo in front of you for reference and just use this as a guide. You can see I keep looking back at my reference picture. Then it's time to take some good old latex and some good old cotton wool. What a pairing they are. So we're going to use the latex and cotton wool to build up Greta's features, first starting with her eyebrows. Again, keep your reference picture close to hand and just basically copy the shapes that you see on her face. So her eyebrows are quite high and arched, and then she's kind of got these knobbly bits along the top, the sort of the gremlin texture. It's a little bit like a lizard in texture, I think. Just make sure you really saturate that cotton wool with the latex and just build it and sculpt it with your spatula. If you don't have a spatula, you can use the end of a teaspoon or something along those lines. Now, I'd like to encourage you to recreate Greta the Gremlin yourself, because we need way more female gremlins out there, because yes, female gremlins count too, and there should be way more than just one of them out there, Beauts. So please recreate Greta the Gremlin this Halloween, and if you do, please share her on social media under the hashtag Save Greta the Gremlin. Now it's time to start painting, so take some water-based face paint and start off with a pale green all over and including over the latex and cotton wool areas. Now, once I've kind of explained the basics of this painting, I'm going to just leave you to watch and bless you, and not talk over the tutorial, because this is more of a kind of a watch and learn type of thing rather than something that I can explain to you. So anyway, you see there that I have painted the chest area and the mouth area with the yellow. You'll need a variety of brushes and sponges to paint all the areas. Some will need a smaller brush, some will need a larger, fluffier brush, some will need a sponge. So yes, make sure you've painted all the areas green with that light green layer, and make sure you've painted that mouth area nice and bright yellow. And now onto the detailing. So this is the area where I am going to shut up and just let you watch. So basically you would just see me doing a series of lines and textures and shapes with the darker green and just blending those out with a fluffy brush. So watch and learn. Voiceover Charlotte is back to explain to you how to do Greta's makeup. So first you want to create a cut crease with some white face paint and then put a lovely nice blue shade all the way up to those pointy eyebrows. Make sure you blend, blend, blend. Looking beautiful, Greta. A little bit of an inner corner highlight going on there with a light green, and again blend, 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 and then some dark green over the edges of that light green just to blend it into the nose. And now onto those beautiful luscious lips of hers. You want to slightly overdraw your lip line with some red face paint. Greta has rather large lips, so bear that in mind and just go as big as you like. And once they're done, fill those in and then add a slightly darker red just to the outer edges to give a little bit of dimension. Looking glam, Greta. Oh, that sounded creepy. That was meant to sound encouraging and it just sounded creepy. Now painting in the nostrils with a little bit of black face paint because Greta has very large nostrils. Going in with a bit more of that green, and we'll be back to the eye makeup in just a moment. But first onto the ears. So first of all you want to take some craft foam and take some yellow first of all, fold that in half, cut it in half and draw a gremlin ear on one side and cut it out, holding the two pieces together so you get two matching ears. Use the top of the ear to create a template for that green ridge along the top of the gremlin ear, and again fold it in half and cut it out so that you have two matching ones, one for each ear. Now you want to hot glue them along the edge of the ear, and then what you'll want to do in just a moment is hot glue the other side, or the bottom end rather, of that green ridge and kind of buckle it upwards so that you're almost creating like a kind of a green tunnel, for want of a better way of describing it. Yes, you can see what I've done anyway. And then take some scissors and cut into the edges of those ears to make them look a little bit more raggedy, because the gremlin ears are pretty raggedy. They're not nice and smooth. Take a pen and draw the detailing along the edge of the ear, and in just a moment you will paint this in. So take your acrylic paints and just mix up a nice dark purpley shade with some red and some blue and paint that along the edge of the ear, just going over those pen marks that you drew. Next mix up this yellowy brown colour by mixing a little bit of yellow ochre and dark brown, and just paint that along the ears as you see me doing here, just to add the texture inside the ears. You'll want to intensify this near that green ridge, and also paint a little bit along the edges of the ears too. Add a little bit of white to that yellowy brown, mix it all up, and then just paint a few little highlights along the ears too, just to add a little bit of interest and a little bit of dimension. And then you want to mix up a dark green by just mixing a little bit of black with some green and paint it along the ridges of the ears. Ooh, what's this? Something from a future tutorial perhaps? Once you've done this, just glue your ears onto a headband and you are done. Using a kind of a taupey brown type shade, just shade in a little bit of the wrinkles and folds and shadows into Greta's face, just to make her look a little bit more realistic. I mean, clearly she's never going to look completely realistic, but you know what I'm saying and you can see what I'm doing. Then add a few highlights with some white face paint. Time to add a little bit of yellow detailing. Again, just keep checking your reference photograph and you will see what needs to be done, or just copy what I'm doing. That is the whole point of a tutorial, after all. It's time for some gremlin spikes. Take some skin adhesive, take some of these lovely flat-backed spikes and just stick a bit of glue on your face and stick them on there. Make sure you let the glue dry and go a little bit tacky before you stick the spikes on. Also, just a little tip, it works a lot better if you actually take the face paint off before you put the glue on, because the glue sticks a lot better to skin than it does to face paint. Now back onto the eye makeup, as promised earlier. You just saw me there putting some black eyeliner, liquid eyeliner that is, around the whole eye, and then adding some mascara while the glue goes tacky on those false lashes, adding a little bit of white eyeshadow over that cut crease, and then sticking on those eyelashes. You also saw me putting a little bit of shading along that cut crease as well, a little bit of grey eyeshadow, that was basically. Finally, you want to add a little bit of gloss and add your wig, add your ears, paint your hands, paint your nails, and you are done. You're all Gretaed up. Oh, and grab yourself a leopard print top while you're at it too, just to finish off the look.
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. With your help, female gremlins will now be far more visible. We'll be in your towns, messing things up, cutting electrical wires, messing with your cars, getting into your kitchen and eating all your food. And it's all thanks to you. This is the finished Greta makeup. I hope you like it. And if you did, please give the video a massive thumbs up. Subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Now grab yourself a baby shower and get ready for the most gremlin. I said baby shower and get ready for the most glam gremlin of them all. Get ready for the most